with WrestleMania finally being over, it's time for me to have my little review. First off, we're going to talk about night one, which was the beginning, John Cena versus Austin Theory. This match to me was very underwhelming. It could have been on longer, but then I understand John Cena had a goal, which is to put Austin Theory over, and he didn't want to hurt himself because he has movies to do. So I understood it. Austin Theory won. Not really mad about it. It was meant to happen. Then the men's showcase, a match I really didn't care for, actually performed really good. Everybody had their little spot. It was a quick little fun match that didn't really mean much. Chad Gable did some amazing shit that I knew he was able to do, but he was able to show it off. I thought it was cool. The Street Profits wound up winning. I did not expect them to win. I thought it was going to be Braun and Ricochet, but it's whatever. The next match we're going to talk about is Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul, and my God, these guys killed it. I love it. I knew they was going to kill it. Both of them are amazing athletes. It was so fun. It was cool to see KSI in a prime bottle and Logan accidentally frog splashed him through a table. It was so fun to watch, and Seth Rollins got the win that he rightfully deserved. Through all the losses, he deserved this WrestleMania moment and the WrestleMania W. Awesome match, top to bottom. Then we had a short little thing where Pat McAfee returned and faced The Miz. It wasn't nothing crazy, nothing huge, but it's always good to see Pat McAfee in the ring and just seeing him in general. It was so dope. Even George Kittle came in to join in. It was a fun little segment. Snoop was there. Just a quick little segment, nothing crazy. Ray versus Dom. This was phenomenal from the entrances. Dominic came from the corrections facility handcuffed, and they showed the package of him coming to the through the entrance, through the correction facility's car with a mask on, with Ray's mask on, and it was just phenomenal. What a phenomenal entrance for Dom. He's really came to be his own person. Then Ray comes in a lowrider with Snoop, having Eddie's song play and then his song play. Oh man, it was so fun. It was such a good time. It was entertaining. The crowd loved it, and I loved every single moment of that. And then the match was even better, man. It was so dope to see, Dom and, went to his mother and, poured the water on Aaliyah's face. His mom smacked him. Ray decided to spank Dom. It was just a good time. It was hilarious. Bad Bunny even came in. LWO came to help out too. It was just a good ass match. It was fun to watch everything go down. Ray finally got his revenge on his son, and it was just a good time. And then everybody cheered, and Aaliyah came in and Angie came in. It was dope. It was just a fun match to watch. It couldn't have been even better than what it was. Dom did his thing. Ray did his thing. Everybody killed it. It was just a good ass time. I loved this match. Now we're going to talk about the 6-woman tag. This match I really didn't care for. Even though I love all 6 women, I really didn't care for this match. But this match was pretty solid. Everybody did their thing. Trish and Lita showed they could still go. Becky did her thing. Damage Control did their thing. Sad to see them lose again, but it was all cool. This match was pretty solid. The right people went over, so it's totally fine. Nothing crazy, but still a solid match. It was cool to see everybody, there. And the fans were into it, so it was totally cool for me. So then we got to talk about the co-main event, which was Charlotte versus Rhea. And you guys know that I give Charlotte so much shit. You guys know I can't stand fucking Charlotte. But I will give her flowers when she deserves it, and she definitely deserved it tonight because her and Rhea killed it. She definitely was helping out with Rhea. These two absolutely put on a clinic. It was so good to see them do amazing spots. It was cool, and this was the first time ever that it was all women, meaning that it was a woman ref and a woman ring announcer, and obviously the 2 women fighting for the championship. So it was definitely cool to see that. Charlotte did her thing. Rhea obviously killed it, and it was just a good thing to see. I was actually shocked to see Charlotte actually do and put somebody over for once. It's always a good time to see Charlotte lose. Always a good time, but I do give her flowers because she really did an amazing job working with Rhea Ripley, and you can tell that they're so good when it comes to working with each other. So I really didn't have any issues with Charlotte's performance this whole night. I know, shocking, right? And she, by the way, she had this nasty ass bump, so I respect that shit. That was wild. But obviously the right person went over. I would have been tight if Charlotte won. So luckily Rhea won. Then the main event, maybe the biggest main event and the most important main event this year, with Kevin Owens and Sami versus the Usos. They're trying to end the 600-day reign of the Usos, and this matters so much after Sami and Kevin had to go through the bloodline all year long, especially this year and last year and forever, for them to finally get the W and take one over the Usos after they went on a 600-day reign as both Raw and SmackDown Tag Team Champions. What a phenomenal way to end the night. Now we go into night 2 of WrestleMania 39. And once again, a solid night. We started off with Brock and Omas, a match I could care less about, but I'll give it to them. Omas did a really good job. Brock was selling the shit out of everything, which I thought was pretty dope. He even sold the little back injury. Everything was pretty dope. It didn't overstay its welcome. It was a quick little 5-minute match, which I think was perfect. We got the little spot where Brock finally lifted up Omas to do the F5 and to get the win. Didn't overstay its welcome. It was totally fine. The fans were pretty over, so it was cool. It was fine. Then we had the triple threat for the IC title, and you had 3 of the hardest hitting people in the WWE. And my God, these guys put on a banger like I expected them to. All 3 of the men were killing it, hurting each other's fucking chest. It was a fucking brawl, and I loved every single moment of it. Shockingly, Gunther got over and won again, and I was shocked about it. I'm not really mad about it because I love Gunther. I just thought this would have been it, and he'll start going to the main event scene, but hey, this wasn't Sheamus' moment or Drew's moment. This was still the reign of Gunther, and I loved it. This match, this women's match, I can really care less for. Nothing special happened. Rhonda and Shayna won like we all knew. Nothing crazy. It could have totally not been on this. And we have Bianca versus Asuka, and this was a great match. Both of them were phenomenal. I just have an issue with the winner. I think Asuka should have definitely went over. I think Bianca's reign has been very stale. There's nothing much for her to do. I felt like it should have just went to Asuka because honestly, Bianca has done everything. It's time for Asuka to get, some stuff done. But I guess it's fine. I just feel like the wrong person went over. Still a great match. I hope they have something new for Bianca to do coming in for tomorrow's Raw after Mania. I don't know. I just felt like it wasn't the right call, but it was a really good match. Obviously, when you have 2 amazing women fighting, it was obviously going to be good. Then we had the Hell in a Cell match between Edge and Finn Balor, finally getting the old Hell in a Cell back, and then Finn came out with his Demon NXT entrance song, which was absolutely amazing. I marked out for that. So dope. Both of them came out with amazing entrances. The fight was great. There even came to a point where it came out that Finn got hit with a ladder, and I saw him leaking, but I didn't think it was anything I didn't think anything big about it. So the match was going on. Everybody had everything. We had, steel chairs and, Kindle sticks and everything. Then Edge hit Finn with a concerto to win. Edge was the right person to go over so he could finally get this rivalry over with, and Judgment Day can go ahead and do something else because they are the second biggest faction in WWE, and they deserve more than that. So it was totally cool. It's fine for Edge to finally get his final one-up with Judgment Day. And I'm gonna put this picture in black and white so I don't get demonetized for this. But yeah, this was the open skull of Finn Balor after getting that ladder spot, and that's where he was leaking. I didn't think it was that big. But then we had the return of Shane McMahon for some odd reason, and then he went off against The Miz, but then he went for a leapfrog and freaking hurt his ankle immediately, which I found to be really, really stupid. I don't know why he even came out of here. It was so stupid. But then, the right person, Snoop did the right thing and called the audible and then just joined in the fight instead because obviously something needed to happen. I wish we'd have got LA Knight or somebody in this match or on this card because they deserve to, but Snoop called the audible and beat The Miz, and there you go. Nothing crazy other than that. Still dope. It's always good to see Snoop doing his thing. Snoop is amazing. Miz, obviously the Miz wasn't going to win. 2 nights in a row, he was going to lose, and whatever. Then we had the main event, Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes for the undisputed title. It was so dope. Cody's entrance, everybody popped for. Brandy and Liberty was at ringside with a special guest that I'll talk about in a second. But Cody came out with his famous weight belt, but in the back it showed all the companies he worked for, and he gave this weight belt to somebody special, and it was none other than, drum roll, if you did not watch it, this was so dope. He gave it to -1, aka Brody Lee's youngest son, his young kid. It was so dope to see him without a mask, him giving it to him. It was so special. And Roman came out with his final boss song. It was dope with the piano. It was fire. This match was incredible. One of Roman's top, if not best, but top 2 best matches with his little tribal chief run. This match was incredible. Roman was getting frustrated because he was giving Cody everything, and Cody would not stay down. He even put him in a guillotine, and nobody has ever gotten out of guillotine, and then Cody got out, and it was insane. And he could not find a way to do it. Then Cody about to hit 3 crossroads, and then the Usos came out, helped out Roman. Sammy and Kevin came to, make the equal save. Then they hit Roman with a stunner, a hoover kick. But then at the end of the day, Solo came and saved Roman from losing the title. Roman hits the second spear, and Roman retains the titles. What a match. Obviously, I was going for Cody Rhodes, but I couldn't even be mad at the outcome because of what's coming up. And I'll tell you and explain why I believe it was okay for this ending to happen. Although this would have been a great WrestleMania moment for Cody, it just wasn't the right time. Why? Because of this picture right here. This is the biggest picture you need to understand. Cody is finally getting to struggle. He did not get to struggle throughout this whole road to WrestleMania kind of situation. And we're finally getting that point right now. And number one, obviously, WWE loves their stats, and we're never going to get a championship run like Roman has had this, so far. So obviously they want him to reach 1,000 days since he's close to it. So not only that, Cody finally gets to struggle. He got to see what the bloodline is all about. He was outdoing everybody in the bloodline. He thought he had it, but they somehow came and saved Roman. So now he understands. He sees how this is going to be a tough task for him, because every time he thinks he has the one up on Roman, the bloodline somehow finds a way to save him. And now he has that in his head. Cody has that stuck in his head, which is going to make for a greater story for Cody. So now when Cody wins next time, it's going to mean more because Roman has passed his 1,000 days and Cody was able to overcome the bloodline. So I was totally fine with this after Cody losing. It was fine because now Cody gets to see what it is to struggle like everybody else has. Everybody has fallen to the bloodline because they couldn't figure out a way to get past it. And with Cody finally getting this close to it, now he realizes what he's got to go through. So Cody will be the guy to defeat Roman. It just wasn't tonight, which is totally fine. Overall, this WrestleMania was great. I enjoyed every single moment of it. It was such a good time. I loved everything about it. There were some dry spots, but nothing crazy. I really take this over last year's. This was really good. I enjoyed it. It was fun. Let me know what you guys think. Did you guys enjoy this year's, WrestleMania? Did you guys predict something else? Let me know in the comments. This has been NezReacts, and I'll see you in my next video. Love you guys.